So someone comes to you, one of your daughters comes to you and they say, I want to start a small business. What advice would you give to them?
I would tell them, go for it. I don't think that advice, I think everybody needs support. Like, what kind of resources do you have? What type of business do you want to start?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of resources are within that industry that you can rely on? Are there, for me, a buying organization that I'm involved in, or a state, what I had before, which I don't unfortunately have now, is a state association. Who are the people that you can call on to help guide you, that have that experience? But yeah, I just say run with it. If you've got a dream, follow it. If you have a desire and the passion, because you have to have that, you have to get up every day and say, I love what I do.
Mm-hmm. And
if I don't love what I do, why am I not? Find a reason to get up. And I think that if they want to start a small business, I say go for it. Let's figure it out. Let's see where you need to go. I think everybody's capable of doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so much that, getting started is hard, but you eventually just have to decide that you're going to do it. And once you do make that decision to do it, you have to realize that there's going to be hard days, and you have to find the motivation, and even some days the love of what you're doing, to go in to work or go to the job site or whatever you're doing, that's going to make it, that's going to keep it where you can sustain it, keep going, because not every day's great.
Nope, not every day's great, nor should it be.
No.
I mean, if it was great, how boring would we be?
Right.
I mean, it would just be, why?
Yeah.
So the book that I'm reading right now, the chapter that I'm on is the last chapter. It talks about perseverance. Once you set your goal and once you have your focus, you have to answer, what does the word success mean to you?
Yeah.
I think that's a really important question to ask yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What is the most important decision you've ever made in your life? What's the worst decision you've ever made in your life? And how do those affect your choices that you make now? But one of my favorite quotes is, once I make a decision, I never look back.
Yep.
I never go back. You always have to step forward. And so persevering without somebody saying, oh, you've tried it, it's not working for you, stop what you're doing. It's okay, you tried hard enough.
Right.
There is no such thing. And in my vocabulary, I would say the word try doesn't exist. You either do it or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you're doing it, even if it changes forms, but if you give it all you've got, you can't do anything but succeed.
Yeah.
Might not be the path that you thought you were going to go down, but that's the beauty of age. In my case, I can look back and say, okay, I see how all of these life choices actually led me to where my passion is.
Sure.
And I think that's the most important thing. I didn't know. I remember sitting in an advisor's office when I was 18 years old. What do you want to do? I don't know. I don't think you have to know.
No.
And I think that's the beauty of it. As long as you have a desire to move, to learn, to absorb what's around you. And I think you have to have, certainly for a small business, you have to have a desire to motivate the people around you.
Sure.
Whether it's a person on the street, whether it's somebody you're working next to, whether it's a family member, you have to also have that empathy and the desire to help them succeed. And I think that's what makes everybody stronger at the end of the day.
Absolutely.